Continuous 20 plus is our workout for today. 6 exercises, 30 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest, and we go through all 6 of those exercises for 5 rounds. That's a 20-minute workout. You'll need a pair of dumbbells for today's workout, and if you have a yoga block or a ball, you will also need that. I'm going to walk you through the exercises, and we're going to get right into today's workout. Our first exercise is a traveling lateral squat. I'm going to take one weight. I'm going to hold the weight in the side that I'm going to be traveling to. So it's going to look like this, just coming down, walking across, then switching the weight out to the other side. I'm going to be doing 2 squats each side. So depending on your room, you can determine how many squats you want to do per side there. That's the first exercise. Second exercise, we're doing a Romanian deadlift. We're adding an internal rotation. So this is good for our hip mobility as well. We're adding hip mobility to our glute and hamstring work. So for this exercise, taking both of my weights, setting up like I would for the RDL, and then as I do the RDL, I'm going to the side. Back up, rotating, down, and up. So same movement as our normal RDL where we're hinging, we're just adding in a rotation. Our third exercise is a single leg supported single arm row. For this exercise, we're coming over to a wall and we are putting our foot up against the wall. Essentially setting up for like if we were doing a single leg RDL, or if we're putting our foot on the back of a chair to do a split squat. I'm going to hold the weight in the side where the leg is up, and I'm going to perform my row in this isolated single leg position. That's going to be exercise 3 and exercise 4. As you perform that row, you're sweeping it back towards your glute and not straight up, leading with the elbow. Our 5th exercise is a forward lunge with an overhead press. I'm going to use one weight for this one. I'm going to hold the weight up at my chest, perform the forward lunge, then perform the press, then come back up and switch it up. So working on some balance and stability there as you work through that forward lunge. And then our final exercise is a dead bug variation, and this is where we're using either the ball or the yoga block. I'm going to be coming down to the ground. I'm going to place that yoga block right on top of both the knees, and then elbows into the block as well. Slight fingertips on the back of the head. You're going to press into that yoga block or ball like you're going to bust it, okay? And then from here, so one leg out, bring it in, other leg out, and in. So we're creating that constant tension in those deep ab muscles. And those are our 6 exercises. Going through those quickly, I will coach you through all the exercises as we go through this 20-minute workout. Go ahead and get your things together, and we're going to jump right in. Beginning with your traveling lateral squat. All right. And set your watch. And this continuous 20 plus is going to begin in under 10 seconds. So holding the weight in one hand in the side I'm traveling to, and take it down, up, and switch. Knees tracking out, heels on the ground. The arm is along for the ride, so it's just straight. And you got less than 10 seconds. And 10 seconds to transition. We're going into the RDL with the rotation. And twisting, rotating, down and up, and to the other side. Taking your glutes back, a slight bend in the knee, and our torso comes forward. But we don't allow that forward flexion in the shoulders like this. So make sure you are keeping good posture As you go down, imagine you are squeezing something in your armpits to keep those shoulders from coming forward on you and rounding the back. Into our single leg, single arm row, single leg supported, single arm row, set up and row. So after doing the squats and the RDLs, we've got that isolated hold here with a single leg. So you're getting that work in. And working our back. Leading with the elbow. Woo, feeling that supporting leg on fire. Switching sides. And row. So you can see I'm getting a little bit of rotation here as well as I bring the weight down and then sweep it back. Woo! Feel that fire. And it's only round one. And you got 5 more seconds. And into our forward lunge with the overhead press. Holding the weight up at our chest. Take it down into the forward lunge. Overhead press. Find your balance and stability. And press back up to good posture. Creating that 90-degree angle with the legs. We're working quads here in the lunge. 4, 3, 2, 1. Into our dead bug variation. Pressing that yoga block in between our knees and elbows as if we're going to crush it. Extending. Slight touch on the back of your head with the fingertips. You don't want to let that block fall. You want to keep a constant tension on it. Keep your low back pressed into the ground. 3, 2, 1. Back to the top, and that completes one round today. Back to the top to our lateral traveling squats. Take it down. Heels on the ground. You can see my knees are tracking out nice and wide. Getting both legs down, so I'm not doing this and turning it into a lateral lunge, lateral squat. Notice, keep that weight in the traveling side. And to our RDLs with the rotation. Set up and rotate. So we're not turning this into a squat. It is an RDL. So we don't want to be doing this. You want to get that torso forward. Send your hips back. Torso forward. We're getting that rotation in there. Good for our hips. Woo. And 3, 2, 1. Into the single leg supported row. Really driving back with the elbow. Got that isolated hold with the leg. Just a slight touch with that back foot. It's just there for support. So we're working on core strength here as well. Balance, stability. Woo! Isolated work is no joke, especially after we did those squats and the RDL. Switching sides. Set up. And row. and sweep, draw back with that elbow. So make sure you're not pulling straight up with your arm, that you are sweeping back. Woo. That one burns. I will not be talking a lot through that one. All right, forward lunge. Adding in our overhead press, getting some shoulder work in. Again, still working on balance. Stabilizers. Nice power as we come out of this position with that weight. Coming back to good posture. Less than 10. Knee comes down almost to the ground, but not quite. Okay, into our dead bugs. You can use a Pilates ball or any kind of ball that you have, or a yoga block if you've got one. Press in like you're going to just crunch it into pieces. Send that leg out. Low back's in the ground. Exhale each time you send the leg out. Keep pressure on that yoga block. Don't let it slip. Drive that knee in, drive that elbow in. The harder you press, the more you're going to feel it. Round 3. Lateral squat. Turn it into a squat and not a lateral lunge. Knees out. Try to sink down nice and warmed up now. Imagine there's a stool on the ground, tapping down to it. Heels on the ground. Sitting back, so we're not shifting our weight forward, lifting those heels. Next one. These exercises go by fast. Cardio with our rotation. And rotate and bring your torso forward. Think of shoulders over toes. Nice flat back. Hips back. Feel that stretch. Hinging. It's very easy to start doing this and turning it into a squat with a rotation. We want the RDL. Hinge. Imagine something behind you like a wall. Tap back to it. Keep your back nice and flat. Woo. All right, now we got to get these rows with a single leg support out of the way. Woo. Slight bend in this knee, just like if you're setting up for a split squat. Just a toe in the back there, just enough to support you. So you're working on good balance and core strength. Extend a little bit of rotation. Draw the elbow back. And switch it out. Same thing, other side. Nice and warmed up. You can allow for that stretch now. Nice powerful lift and then control on the way down. Come on, Bill. Woo. Woo. Can't turn to look or I'll lose my balance. All right, right into our front lunge. I'm feeling it. All right, here we go. Take it forward. Overhead press. Take it back up. That knee comes down almost to the ground. Nice 90-degree angle. Good explosive movement as you come off the ground up to standing. seconds. Into our dead bug. Pressing this yoga block into our elbows and knee as we extend. Strong exhale as you take that leg out. Really press. Keep that low back into the ground. You got 5 more seconds. Don't let that yoga block drop. Back to the top. Woo, 2 more rounds. 2 more to go. Let's travel side to side. Arm is straight. Squat. Try to get your glutes in line with your knees now. Get those knees out. Sink down. Oops, weights in the traveling side. I get to talking. And I get distracted. And into RDLs. All right, here we go. Side to side. Got the internal rotation, so we're getting a little extra stretch on our glutes, but we're also working on some hip mobility here too. Just ensure you're getting that hinge movement in. We're not turning into a squat. I'm going to keep saying that. Lock it in, posture, so that your shoulders don't come forward. 3, 2, 1. You might not get many of those in. It's so important to work on your form. Then go quickly. Set up for our rows. Again, a little bit of rotation. So I'm taking the weight across to my foot, sweeping back. Balancing, stabilizing. You feel that glute flexing. Pressing your foot into the ground. Drawing back with the elbow. 10 more seconds. And shake it out. Switch sides. And here we go. Same thing, other side. We're going to be done. Less than 30 seconds of this exercise. No, it's tough. Rotate. Draw that elbow back. So we're not pinching. Sweep. Woo, 10 seconds. Woo. Into forward lunges. We can do this. Almost through this round. You know, 1 more round to go. Take it forward. Lock it in. Find your balance. Press overhead. Good range of motion on this press. We're getting the weight all the way down. Our elbows come back. You only got 3 seconds left. And up. Finish out with our dead bugs. And then 1 more round. Press in, extend, press hard so that yoga block doesn't fall. Exhale. Woo! Press really hard like you're gonna just crumple that yoga block. 5 more seconds. All right, we made it to the final round today. Back to the top. Finish strong. Lateral squat, side to side. nice and low. Tapping down to an imaginary stool, getting glutes in line with knees, sending the knees out. If you have any kind of pelvic tilt, it's going to be hard, okay? So make sure you're stacking your rib cage right over your pelvis. Come right down into that low squat. All right, check that one off. Going into our RDL. Rotate, hinge, up and over. Send your hips back, 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 back. Feel a stretch. Over halfway. I also find with RDLs, if I press the ground away, get that nice flexion in the glute there. All right, let's do some rows. Over to the wall. And take it down and up. Slow on the way down, strong on the way up. Last time we'll see these today. Let's get the most out of it. Really working from the back as you lift that weight. We're not really turning it into biceps, but work from the back. I like to engage first. I lock it in and then pull. That helps me to focus on the back muscle and that I'm working from there. All right, I'm going to do the other side. Lock it in and drive back. I'm going to be done with these in 20 seconds. Slight touch on that back wall. We don't want to lean into the back wall. We want to have the work in this front leg, the isolated work. 3, 2, 1. Into our forward lunge. 2 more exercises. We've got this. Here we go. Take it forward. Find your balance. Press overhead. Explode up. And breathe. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Less than 10 seconds. And final exercise into the dead bug variation. Let's really press hard as we extend the leg. Here we go. Out. Press. Exhale. In. Out. Final 20 seconds. Get the most out of this dead bug variation. So good for our core muscles. Deep abs. Keep pressing for 10 seconds. Drive that knee in. Drive that elbow in. Press. Extend. Last one. And carefully come up to standing with that head being the last to lift. Fingertips behind your head. Breathe in and out. Get that heart rate down. Great time efficient and effective workout there. We did a lot of rotational work. We did a lot of balance work, stabilizer work, single leg work, single arm work, working on those muscular imbalances, seeing where our weaknesses are in today's workout. Woo, that was a tough one. I hope you got this one done. Hope you liked it. And I'll see you for our next continuous workout.